Yeah, I don't know if that one. Can you check that box? Michelle, is that box on? You check it. Thank you.
This was up there. Here, it's yours.
Good.
I mean, you guys can set.
Test 1, 2. Test 1, 2. Test 1, 2. Test 1, 2.
Yeah, well, yeah, at the end.
Good evening. Please rise to honor the U.S. flag that hangs behind me. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Please be seated. Welcome you to this National Junior Honor Society induction.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rocket's red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say, does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the hope of the brave?
That was a beautiful job with our banner. How about a round of applause for our Academy singers? And thank you to Ryan for our pledge. Good evening. I'm Derek Hummer, proud principal of Desert Shadows Middle School. Our assistant principal, Mrs. O'Boyle, and I welcome all of you to the induction ceremony of the National Junior Honor Society. Special welcome to all family members and friends. Tonight, we are here to honor these bright 8th grade students who have achieved the criteria of membership in the National Junior Honor Society. We have a wonderful ceremony planned for this evening. I know many of you have cameras and look forward to that moment when you can take that picture of your child collecting their certificate. I'd like to ask you to stay in your audience section during the time when the certificates are passed out. Mrs. O'Boyle and I are happy to recreate that moment at the end of this ceremony for anybody who would like to capture that photo with precision. This ceremony has a rich history at Desert Shadows Middle School. Ours is more formal than at many campuses. We work always to make it special, and we know very well that this year is exceptional in so many ways. I would like to take a moment to recognize the sponsors for our NJHS organization. Can I hear a round of applause for English teacher Mrs. Robin Reese and engineering teacher Mr. Zepeda? They were faced with a challenging set of circumstances and worked creatively with our students to bring us here tonight. Far from September, when we typically hold our ceremony, and far from our cafeteria where we've held the ceremony for the past 30 years. Instead, we find ourselves here under the beautiful Arizona skyline with near perfect weather at a time when our community health, believe it or not, is improving, and we're getting general hope for the future that is so much more encouraging. I'm so pleased that we waited to have this ceremony here tonight. I am also told that foul balls very rarely reach the field at this distance. So when you hear those pop off, I think we're safe. All DSMS teachers take significant interest in in the success and honoring of our students. Many of our teachers are in this audience this evening and supporting this venture for our students. Can I ask those students or those teachers in the audience to wave your hands and show us you're here? How about a round of applause for our teachers at the Ladies and gentlemen, the students you see seated before you and those who are at home via live stream have earned their place to be inducted into the national organization that recognizes students for their scholastic and personal values. You will hear about the cornerstones of this organization, the National Junior Honor Society, from the students you see seated on the stage or will soon see seated on this stage. Lamia Panic, your NJHS president, will begin by telling the audience a little bit about our National Junior Honor Society. Lamia?
On behalf of the members of the National Junior Honor Society, we thank Mr. Hummer and his administration for their leadership during this year of unpredicted challenges. The National Junior Honor Society was established in 1929, and our chapter is proud to have been inducting new members since 1979. Today's ceremony continues that tradition of excellence that we represent for our school and our community. To be eligible for consideration, a student must maintain a high scholastic average through their 7th grade year. However, scholarship without the highest of personal integrity is of little value. Throughout the year, members of our chapter serve as role models in profound areas of attitude, conduct, work ethic, compassion, and service.
In addition to strong academic performance, which established eligibility for membership, our members are leaders in various student organizations and in their individual fields of interest. These passions include the fine arts such as choir, playing musical instruments, 2 and 3-dimensional art, and theater. The will, desire, and vision to resolve enduring social issues, the physical and mental benefits that come from athletics such as baseball, softball, football, volleyball, and dance, just to name a few. Many here excel in areas of technology, engineering, robotics, coding, graphic design, the hardware and software of computers, and many other noble pursuits, too numerous to list. We are proud of this record accomplishment and acknowledge the incredibly diverse range of talents, skills, and aspirations represented by this year's group of inductees.
At this time, we proclaim to all in attendance that these candidates who've earned membership in the Njhs Pledge Middle School chapter of the National Junior Honor Society by effectively demonstrating the characteristics that define this dignified yet dynamic society. We will explore these attributes in greater detail, but first, Sophia Maxey will introduce the Njhs and join me. You will notice a large candle burning brightly on the table next to you. Even as the glow of this candle widens the circle of light around it, every additional bit of knowledge enlargens the horizons of one's world. The emblem of the National Junior Honor Society is a burning torch represented by this candle. The torch is a flame that never extinguishes. This eternal flame signifies knowledge, wisdom, and enlightenment. The official motto of the NJHS is "Light is the symbol of truth." Only truth and wisdom can produce the level of brilliant illumination that is required to overcome ignorance and fear. Thank you. Next, Untitled Chapter will review the significance of the 5 pillars that serve as the core qualities in NJHS. We begin with scholarship. Scholarship denotes a commitment to learning. A student is willing to spend hours in reading and study, knowing the lasting benefits of a cultivated mind. We must continue to learn even when our formal education has ended. To strive for ever-increasing knowledge is a trait which can lead to the highest success, and it can only be acquired in one way, through curiosity, diligence, and effort. Learning furnishes the lamp by which we read the past, the torch guiding us to understand the present, and the light that illuminates the future. Candidates have the charge to continually expand their world through the opportunities inherent in scholarship. Service. Service. My office My office is service. Service can be established in the routine of the day's work, where many opportunities arise to help others both at school and in the community. A willingness to work for the benefit of those in need without monetary compensation or public recognition is the quality we seek in our membership and promote for the entire student body. We are committed to volunteering our time and talent to the creation of a better tomorrow. Next, leadership. Leadership should provide an inspiring and ethical influence on the school. In taking initiative in the classroom and in in-school activities, the real leader strives to train and aid others to reach their common goals of success. The price of leadership is sacrifice, the willingness to yield one's personal interest for the interest of others. A leader has self-confidence and will go forward when others hesitate. No matter what power and resources may exist in a school, community, or nation, they are ineffectual without the guidance of a wise leader. Strong leadership is always needed. Thus, to lead is a meaningful and enduring charge to each of our members. Character. Character is a force within an individual that distinguishes them from others. As we develop personal integrity, we emanate goodness and positively affect those around us. Without the disposition to do right at all times, one cannot respect himself, nor can he hope to obtain the respect of others. It is the force of character that guides one through life and once developed grows. Character is achieved, not received. It is the product of constant thought and action. The daily striving to make the right choice. In reality, they must sincerely be the person who helps others be. To be, rather than just to seem, is the true measure of integrity. By demonstrating such qualities as respect, responsibility, honesty, compassion, and morality, we embody the profound attributes of a strong character. Lastly, citizenship.
I represent citizenship. Each member of our society has the obligation to support the democratic ideals under which our nation was established. The responsibilities each of us has to our home community, our state, our nation, and our world are many. As good citizens, we are charged to follow the laws and model behaviors which unite us as a civilized society. Good citizens work together to improve not only their own lives, but the lives of all. Citizenship requires unwavering strength and determination to protect the freedoms that so many have sacrificed to secure. We must guard against and never perpetrate injustice. We, the members of this chapter, are called to maintain high standards of citizenship from this day forward.
At this time, will the new inductees please rise? Raise your right hand and repeat the Njhs Pledge. The audience can follow the text as printed in your program. Please join me in reciting the pledge. I pledge to uphold the high purposes of the National Junior Honor Society, to which I have been selected. I will be true to the principles for which it stands. I will be loyal to my school and will maintain and encourage the high standards of scholarship, leadership, service, citizenship, and character. Thank you and congratulations. You may be seated. And now, as your name is called, please step forward to the platform to receive your certificates of membership.
Andrew Alcajus.
Ray Allen. Haley Amato. Rowan Ash. Avery Ashcraft. Cameron Douglas. Lydia Burton. Kira Buckmeyer. Haley Dillon. Dylan Bossoff. Delaney Boyd. Amaya Burton. Emmy Coachell. Kathleen Fleur. Ariana Coriel. Taylor Cubby. Duncan Cueto. Ananya Dishmain. Emma Blank. Kylie Dilemma. Gabriella Domas. Isabella Domas. Maya Elsa. Elias Farage. Hannah Felker. Noah Felker. Dylan Fletcher. Brinley Freeman. Grace Friedman. Carolyn Fritz. Tessa Din. Aiden Hancharik. Ariel Harvey. Eliza Howard. Colette Hayco. Taylor Henderson. Avery Walker. Easton Coleman. Aubrey Howard. Grace Hull. Kristen Huckle. Leahy Hurtado. Brooklyn Inman. Ayla Yamakovich. Julie Janowski. Haley Jensen. Logan. Cody Jones. Zach Jones. Lindsay Coulter. Ellie Kaufman. Keegan Kishimoto Parrish. Lindsay Falkenstein. Anna Kohlmeyer. Jake Hall. Addison Kurtz. Dylan Lusher. Ruby Lee.
Vander Lee,
Amira Lipton.
Dylan Lopez Lira,
Benjamin Mcity.
Brandon McLean,
Abby Malcolm.
Mackenzie Macau,
Adi Manon.
Jax Markovich,
Congratulations.
Kylie Massinelli.
Sophia Maxey,
Dylan McCormick North.
Ellie McMaster,
Amanda Mendoza.
Drew Merker,
Lauren Miller.
Carly Monger,
Carly Moore.
Reeve Moore,
Molly Moore.
Genevieve Modolenich Varma,
Lauren Now.
David Nudugan,
Stella Nielsen.
Lexi Nolan,
Haley Overton.
Lamia Panic,
Emily Petrowski.
Hope Peterson,
Ellie Payne.
Amelia Pease,
Sophie Powell.
Hillary Fullo,
Anna Kira.
Jana Radulovic,
Renee Ramos.
Tanvi Rout,
Sarah.
Quinn Robbins,
Corey Rogers.
Parvin Sadai,
Abby Schwartz.
Caleb Seltzer,
Caleb Smith.
Isaiah Soria Zavala,
Tatum Stevens.
Jack Strang,
Sarah Sweeting.
Cassandra Phil,
Joshua Torres.
Matthew Trigueros,
Aiden Braddock.
Shay Valenti,
Sienna Xavier.
Doshik Vieira,
Lucas Glow.
John White,
Adam White.
Ryan Yoder,
Grace Young.
I would just like to start off by saying how wonderful it is to be in a setting and have a school event that feels relatively normal. We get to honor and recognize our amazing students. How about a round of applause for all of our NJHS students for the school year 2020-2021. Students, you are now a part of something a little larger than yourself. This is a recognized national organization that dates back several generations. As your principal, I am so proud to read your name and give you the elbow bump instead of a handshake. I'm proud to welcome you to this fine organization. I sincerely hope that you take pride on what is an earned distinction based on your grades and your character. In the next few years, you find yourself applying for a special activity or club or opportunity, and you see the section for honors and awards, and you put in the letters NJHS. I hope you'll think back on Desert Shadows Middle School with pride. I hope that you take yourself back to this special night under the Arizona skyline when we are honoring you. We are all together, not just in person, but also virtually, with some of our members are participating in live streaming. And the computer that you see sitting before me, we have families at home. How about a special recognition and honor via applause for our at-home participants in NJHS? They are truly here with us equally, and they share in this honor equally. For the last 13 months, we've worked together to meet the challenges of the pandemic, the challenges of school safety for our community. Some argue that this is a lost school year, that students can't learn at high levels virtually, and that we have not progressed in terms of academic achievement or social emotional growth due to all of the limitations that we can see self-evident. I disagree. While we have weathered significant challenges together and the road has not been easy, I see an amazing resilience and strength in you. Academically, our benchmark test results show that we can compare from year to year and suggest that we are more or less on track with what we've learned in previous years. What is much harder for us to quantify, and I'd like to challenge all of you to think about, is all of the collateral knowledge and skills that we've all developed by schooling differently. All of our teachers have become fluent in Google Classroom and a host of instructional tours. They've been challenged to lead classrooms in dual modality, with some students virtual and some students in person. No mean feat. They've tried, they've persevered, they've done it well. They've learned an amazing array of skills. And I have teachers that come to me and they say, Mr. H, I'm not turning back. I've learned so much, I've come so far. And the tools and knowledge that I've used, I'm going to carry forward into next year and beyond. And I know that some of those sentiments live within our students too. I'm going to be sharing some information shortly. So the question becomes, during this time of uncertainty, how will we emerge from this pandemic? I would like to make the argument tonight that we are going to be just fine. And in some ways, we will be better than ever. You'll hear this argument from me, but I will be using the words and evidence provided by these NJH members that are in front of me and those viewing the program virtually. Earlier this week, I sent out a brief survey to these students and asked a few questions to call for some predictions. I really enjoyed reading the responses, and I'm excited to share this with you. I made a promise to the students that I would not share the names. So students, you are clear to take credit for any of these comments that you hear or quotes. You're also clear to disavow any that you may not like to hear. I asked about how they earned their way to this group. Is it natural academic ability? Is it hard work? Or is it a combination between the two? 17% said that they felt like their pathway to NJHS was due to natural smarts and ability. School comes easy. About 80% said it's a combination of the two. Also, I think 10 or so percent said that it came through hard work. Didn't come easy, but I persevered. We're proud of all of you. I asked our students how they felt about the significant changes that they've experienced in the delivery of instruction at school, learning by Google. 19% of the students felt that the changes were positive. Just 4% felt the changes were negative, and 76 said we're somewhere in the middle, not positive, not negative. We're still living with this. Here's where my questions get more interesting. I asked, the pandemic has resulted in significant changes to the way of life. Most of these are seen as restrictive and frustrating, but some can find silver linings. What positive changes can you see in your life or your family? And now I'm going to read some of the responses. Students wrote, I was able to spend more time with my family and connect with them since I was spending so much time at home. I also had a lot more time, which allowed me to figure out who I wanted to be. Another student, I really can't think of a true silver lining, but maybe the fact that I realized I took school for granted a little bit, since I hated online classes so much, that in-person doesn't seem so bad. We'll take it. Another student, I have adopted many phenomenal changes in my life, such as organizational skills, the chance to work out more often, taking more time to be educated on what's going on in the world, improving my mental strength. Another student wrote, one positive thing is that when you go places, surfaces are a lot more cleaner than normal, which is nice. Another student, I got to meet new people and saw the real from people. Some positive things that have changed in my life is that places are a lot cleaner. Me and my family have become a lot closer and bond better. I have a lot more time to relax at my house. This pandemic has given me time to spend with my families, and it's allowed me to get closer to my friends, even if it's over FaceTime and drive-bys. I think that the silver lining of the pandemic is the fact that people have learned to appreciate seeing friends and families' faces more than if we didn't have the pandemic. I had a lot of time to spend with my family. It's given me time to focus on all of the things that are important. I've been able to really work on different things that I normally wouldn't do. I found more crafts that I wanted to try. Another student wrote, joining Bravo and making great new friends and having a fun time with choir online. I have seen people learn to appreciate what they have because it might not always have it. COVID deaths are unfortunately high, and I think I've experienced people hold on to their loved ones more now than at any other time. Since everyone was on lockdown for a significant amount of time, people began to grow closer to their family and friends. Because of all the tough times, people have realized who their true friends are because they're the ones who stayed with them through their hardships. Moving on with my argument that we are going to be just fine, I offer you the following evidence. I asked these fine students in front of me, when the dust settles and the pandemic is over, do you feel the world will be a better place having gone through what we did? These young people who've been through so much had this to offer. I think the changes we've been through will make us more effective and more prepared if something like this happens again. I think the whole world having a shared experience might make us more understanding in the future. I think the pandemic has changed how students are able to do their work and are able to complete it much faster and much more efficiently. Online learning has given students access to a much more flexible routine than was available last year. I think the world will be a better place because we all have newfound trust in each other, and I know that everyone else is going through. I think it will make the world stronger. I think that everyone will be more considerate about touching things. I think knowing how easily germs are spread will influence the way people think. People will be more paranoid about other viruses. The world will be a better place after the pandemic is over because most people have realized that we shouldn't take our normal lives for granted and that we should be thankful for all that we have because we never know what's coming next. We have found new ways to have people come together without having to drive or take a plane somewhere. We realize new things about people and how they work, good and bad. Many more things, too. Here's something a little different. I personally believe that the world would not become a better place during the pandemic because a lot of hate was brought to attention. There are many acts of hate crimes all over, sparking the world to divide. Friends become enemies, and a lot of isms like racism, sexism, homophobia, etc. to grow. I don't have faith in the world's justice coming to light or hate going away anytime soon. Another student. With the pandemic, people have to adapt to unorthodox situations that have ultimately tested our human nature to survive and adapt. I hope it will be a better place, but not a whole lot has changed since 2020, so I'm not sure. I think that many people will try hard to forget after this pandemic is over and all the problems it uncovered for our society and government system. However, I'm really optimistic that some form of change will occur. Another student writes, historically, when the world has gone through tough times, people have adapted and moved forward in a more successful way. In these comments, I hope that you hear these diverse predictions with some rays of hope, some optimism, and some of you keeping it real. I hear in these a willingness among our students to participate and invest in changing our world for the better. So, do you feel that the world will be a better place having gone through what we did? 62% of the students responding said yes. 32 said it'll be about the same or I'm not sure. 6% believe that we'll emerge from the pandemic worse off. I would like to thank our students for participating and offering your honest feedback to these questions. It certainly gives us all something to think about. Thank you. Tonight, the students in front of us and those logged in at home made a decision to extend their academic and character potential by saying yes to NJHS. You prepare for success in school through hard work and dedication each day. Equally important, you treat others with kindness and compassion. You search for opportunities to put the needs of others before your own. Opportunities like these are all around us at school. Take a look. In person and online, there are many students who struggle to perform well academically. Some feel alone, even when they're surrounded by their peers. Some need a friend, a smile, a kind word, an encouraging text message. Be that someone. In doing so, you will truly uphold the values of the National Junior Honor Society. And the community of educators that are here with you, your parents and families, we will be incredibly proud of you. This, we know, our best work is done as a community. We all benefit from the love and support of others. Believe it or not, I am close to wrapping up, but I have to share this. When I ask our students, who supported you during the pandemic? Who helped you get through this? I received the most heartwarming responses. Here are a few. My teachers and mom helped me stay strong. They've always been there for me when I needed extra assistance because of the unfortunate circumstances. My family and friends helped me stay strong and persevere over the last 13 months. My mom and dad have been by my side the whole time, talking to me whenever I needed a conversation, sometimes leaving me alone when I needed a break. Also, I never would have gotten through this without my best friend. Another student simply writes, my dance teacher, Mr. Sussman, Mr. Jenga, and my dad. These are my favorite, I think. My dog is so happy every day, and even through the pandemic, having someone that's excited to see you every day never gets old. My teachers and my mom helped me stay strong. They've always been there for me when I needed extra assistance because of these unfortunate circumstances. My friends, they helped me through a lot, talking to me every day, and hoping to see one another soon. Getting to spend a lot of time with my dog helps too. This is one of my favorites. I would like to thank myself for hanging in there. She did a very good job. How about that? So if I'm ranking and I do a little poll, I think that the top of the people that we appreciate is mom and dad, with friends coming in a second, and teachers and dogs were tied for third. But dogs are pretty awesome. As I conclude, I'd like to wrap up with a couple words about Ms. Reese and Mr. Zepeda. Their dedication to the mission of NJHS and the character building at DSMS is impressive. They are responsible for preparing everything for tonight's event and keeping our NJHS active, vital, and special despite all of the obstacles that are self-evident. Please join me in acknowledging these teacher leaders, Mr. Zepeda and Ms. Reese. Mrs. Khan has directed our banner, and she's also helped us out with the live streaming. A round of applause for Mrs. Khan. And again, all of our teachers that are supporting us and support our students every day. Everyone here, for your attendance this evening, I'm going to thank you. At this time, our presentation is complete. Please remain seated while the students file out. Now, Mrs. Reese, are we filing out? I might have missed that part of it. We're filing out? We are going to say goodbye, and we're not filing out. Mrs. O'Boyle and I will be at the podium up here to take pictures in front with the certificate. And I want to thank you all for taking part in tonight's ceremony for NJHS. Well done. We have cookies, refreshments,
Thank you so much for coming. This will be recorded and it'll be on our YouTube channel. So thank you. Your kids are amazing and have an amazing day. Okay, enjoy your evening. You guys say hi to all of our live streamers. Hi. Okay. See you guys later. Yay.